Jameis, it looked like you were under a lot of pressure today. How difficult was it to be able to stand back there and try to get the ball out?
Well, I felt like the offensive line did good. I got to get the ball out, faster. They brought a lot of pressure. So sometimes, we got different type of looks, and we didn't want to show a lot of our get it outs and stuff like that. So it was.
James, do you think you took a step backward tonight? Do you think you individually took a step backward?
I never focus on that. I'm gonna have to see the tape and stuff. My goal is always to get better every day. Not step back.
Did your ankle have anything to do with your performance tonight?
No, not at all. My aim was good. Obviously just gotta get better. It's definitely a learning thing.
What are your thoughts? You played 3 preseason games now. Just know the whole preseason experience, was it what you thought it was? Or what do you need to get better? What are you pleased with?
I'm never satisfied. So there's always a way you can get better. No matter if you win or lose, you always can find a way to get better. So in this game, I got another thing to learn from. From the blitz protection standpoint. Well, I got to see things and get us in the right protection call. So this is definitely a learning experience.
Did they throw a bunch at you where it got you a little confused out there tonight? Maybe a little overwhelming?
No, not at all. They obviously they came with a different game plan than what we expected. We had to end up changing to another formation and going to 11 personnel during the game. So that was different. But other than that, it was good. It's just a learning experience.
James, normally the starting quarterback is going to play the 4th preseason game. Would you like to play that game? And is coach talking about if you're going to play next week?
It's not up to me. Obviously, anytime it's football, I want to play. But obviously it's going to be coach's decision.
James, the interception, is that one where you just kind of have to tuck the ball in?
Yeah, I just didn't want to take a sack. And in that situation, I just got to throw it around them or maybe throw it away. It's one thing about panic sacks. They hurt you.
How do you feel about your sync with this particular combination on the offensive line, particularly in comparison to the way you were able to start off fast in the second preseason game compared to just how things unfolded in this game?
Well, the way this game started out with a quick 3 and out in a punt return, obviously that's kind of shifts the momentum a little bit, but I believe we bounced back fast. We got down there, we got in a case where it could have been a 7-point game, but we had 2 back-to-back drives that were good. So when we got going and everything, you got to think about how many times we had the ball that first quarter alone. In games like that, when we don't have the ball a lot, we got to make, the times when we do have, we got to execute when we do have the ball.
So in regards to the pocket, how did you feel about the cohesion around you?
Oh, the pocket was good. We just they pressured us a lot. We got different type of ways to get the ball out and stuff. But tonight we just kept it simple.
James, as a team or as a quarterback, you have to kind of battle not trying to go too high or too low. Like last Saturday was Monday night was a great game. This one wasn't so good. It's not riding the roller coaster as much on the good or the bad.
Well, last week was great to get a win. And then you come out, we had a short week, so a lot of guys were probably sore and things. But like I said, this is a learning experience for our team. For us to be able to fight that whole week. We just played a Monday night football game at the highest level possible. Got a win here that we ain't had in a long time. Then came back home again. So guys are exhausted and things like that. But so I took my hat off for them for just coming back from a short week like that.
So you think that contributed?
I don't know what. Really.
You don't want to use excuses, but
yeah,
it's 3 days.
I said I took my hat off to my team, because I believe we battled, I believe we fought, and obviously the goal as a team is to get better every single day, and I believe if we do that and if we learn from this game, I believe it's gonna this game right here is gonna be a lot for us.
I know you said that it's up to coach, but would you want to play next week?
Absolutely.
Not
as a competitor, as a football player, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I don't run the show, so it's up to coach.
How much 3-4 defense did you see in college, and what kind of impact was that tonight for you to see?
Well, they did a lot of underfront stuff. When you got to tip it off, they got 2 linebackers / DNs that play both. With Kruger and I forget the other guy's name, but they got guys that can put their hand on the ground and guys that can play actual linebacker. So that's tough, and that's the first time we've seen that in preseason. And we just can't just look at ourselves like they have a great defense, and I believe it was a privilege to play against them, and we did some good things against them. You know, like I said, we got to build on the positives and eliminate the negatives. And when we watch film and see, like, every time you watch film, it's not always as good as you think it is, and not always as bad.
Couple more? I don't know how much game time you did, but I mean, normally you probably spend a whole week looking at their different blitzes. There's sometimes you're gonna be more than you can block. On those times, you just have to know where the hot
Absolutely.
is.
Like when they bring more than you can block, you know, you got to get it out. You know, and they did a couple things where they picked our offensive guards where they couldn't slide to get to the guys that were coming late. But you know, like I said, it's a learning experience, and it's a lot of teams that we're gonna be playing in the future that got those same type of blitzes. You know, so when you make a mistake, especially on my part as a quarterback, you know, I got to put us in the right protection. Like when I make a mistake like that, you know, it's always a learning experience for me because I'm like, I know I ain't gonna make that mistake again because I can't get hit like that.
James, is there part of you?
Another good night for Doug Martin, James. What's your confidence level in 22?
Man, when you got a guy that you know when you put the ball in the hands, he's gonna make a explosive play for you. You know, it's always to have a great guy on your team like that. Just like I know Doug would say, the offense. I mean, we blocked our tails off. You know, especially on it was a 2-play drive. You know, but he had some other runs that sprung us out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.